terrible introduction. Oh, see, got Halloween special. Where's the pumpkin? Why couldn't you at least have a? You could have at least had a pumpkin set or something. Jeez. Is there a pumpkin? Well, I'm not the producer of the show. I'm not the producer. You think these are clever? Remarks of yours? Where'd that come from? She's there? Is that a cursed hat? Oh. Oh. Well, am I smart enough to be in the cult? You're good at this. Why don't you know how to have my sound working? Don't you remember from what it was last time and then do it again? Wow.
Why was this off? It's so fucking retarded. What are you doing? I know
Is
it's
that what you
Halloween,
have
but we don't...
Is that what you have to be to
Why is
join the
this...
cult, or are you gonna have to be extra special?
God
I'm back.
damn it. Gotta do this
Hang
one more
on.
fucking time. Again.
What? Oh, we
Yes.
have to forget. We have to forget the first 4 minutes again.
Yes, we have to forget the first 4 minutes again. It's a tradition in this show at this fucking point that we fucking...
How can't you? Can't you like put up a graphic that's like a hypnographic, and then you say like, "You will not remember the previous 4 minutes of this show because there was an AV
we do
problem."
need one of those motherfucking Men in Black devices
No,
on
but
here.
for you could have like a swirl go on the screen when we mess up the beginning. It'll say you didn't. This is the
You
first
never
minute
saw it.
coming up
This
of
is
the
the
show.
first. We need to do that. It happens so fucking
The
often.
previous 2 minutes didn't happen.
All right, we're
You
gonna
will
do
not
this
mention to anyone that
one
there are
more
any
fucking time.
audio video issues on the bump number one.
Motherfuckers! It is time twice in one day for dumpster talk. You motherfucking bitch.
The deja vu again. Dumpster
The feeling that you've done something that you've done before. I'm bum number one. This piece of shit over here. This fucking bite binge. Today you're gonna have the fucking exclusive chance to join a cult. That's right, this is the Halloween edition of Dumpster Talk. The one and only Twitch stream where you can actually wind up a true to God cult member by the end of the program. That's right, everyone has a chance.
But this cult is
Actually
good for me.
gain access.
Do I get to ask questions about the cult?
I mean, it's our cult. We are going to be the cult leaders. So you can actually make up rules and other things. You can determine parts of this cult if you wish.
Well, don't you have a beginning of the origin story that I can add on?
Well, I mean, this is a cult that is specifically set up to bring about the resurrection of Mushroomhead at the chosen hour.
Oh, okay.
So if you're down, you can make any membership requirements you want, and then we're going to perform the ritual.
So how does my life get advanced through this cult, though? Do I
You become a leader. You can ask these members to sacrifice for you, essentially.
But what's the doctrine? I'm waiting for the doctrine.
Well, you can.
Where's
That's
the
yours.
hook?
The doctrine's
That's
yours.
mine?
Yeah, that's your part of the cult. I've got the purpose of the cult.
I don't even have any pen or
Direction of the
paper
cult.
here. I don't have. I don't. Oh wait, hold on.
I've
There we go. You got me one. Thanks. Got this. It's Sharpie though, so
yeah,
it's
well,
gonna
it's
be big
permanent. That's the
bold
word
letters.
of God in your fucking hand right there. It ain't coming off.
I'm gonna write on the instruction manual that I use to build my computer monitor stand today. This is what the doctrine will be written on for the cult. Is
Wow.
this instruction manual for the monitor stand that
Yes,
I
we need
built
to
earlier
determine the
today?
doctrine, and then we need to initiate the followers, and then we need to perform the ritual. These are the steps
Well,
to
I
making
feel
any
like
good cult.
I've already got the name of our Lord here because it's right here on this piece of paper already.
Hemdu,
Himudu.
Himudu. That's brilliant.
Yeah, Himudu. It's right here already. I
Wow,
mean,
I
the
mean, it's
start.
so unholy that it actually only appears to the naked eye backwards.
That yeah, it's weird, huh? I
It's
think you have to read it.
it's
You have to read the doctrine in a mirror, really. I
we're on
think
our
to
way,
get the
guys.
full effect.
We'll make it. The
Oh,
journey is
cheers,
long.
pie. They want puking though.
Oh, that
I
was
don't
the
know if they're
time I
gonna get
took
that.
off on Halloween, or it was on a Saturday or something. We ended up streaming for like 6 hours. That was a lot of fun. I think I did puke. Um, but yeah, we're. I mean, I'm on my way. I've got this is beer number two coming right out the pack, right out the pack. So we'll be heading down that road. But anyway, what's the doctrine? This is your part of the
Oh,
cult.
just my part is the entire doctrine that the cult rests on.
Well,
That's
I've
my
already given you so
one little
much.
tiny part. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna say that one of the things that we're looking for in terms of what we ask our subjects to do is to um, be able to parallel park.
Well, drink
I'm
it
gonna go
now,
with that as
Doc.
number
It'll
one.
work. One'll do the trick more than none.
I just think it's important that someone be able to parallel park because you might end up in a situation where you have to like move in and out of something in an awkward fashion, and
Okay, so
that goes right into like the afterlife. I think too.
all right,
You
so
know how
parallel
your
parking
spirit,
required.
yeah, but for your spirit, you ever think about how your spirit they
Yeah, your
usually just think
soul's
about
got a
like
parallel park.
it screams out of your body and like shoots up into the universe. Well, in our version, you leave your body,
Yeah,
but
well,
then
they're
there's
gonna
like
have to go into a. Yeah, yeah,
you
they
start
definitely
going
need to be
toward
able
the
to
light.
parallel park.
You start going toward the light, but then you realize to get into heaven, you have to like move in a very awkward angle forward and backwards over and over until you come into like heaven
Yeah,
sideways.
well, no one's going to heaven here.
Well, whatever the afterlife light thing, I don't know.
Yeah, sure,
Oh wait,
whatever.
we're supposed to say what it is.
Yeah, this is part of your job, but no one's saying anything about heaven.
You see, I didn't. I didn't know this was my job. I thought you had a
Well,
doctrine
I
ready to
I
go.
don't
You
have a
might
doctrine.
understand.
I have a purpose. I told you the
But
things that need to be
it's not much
done.
of a That's not much of a doctrine to say that you're going to resurrect something.
That is the purpose.
I feel like okay, you've got everyone here. You've got me. I'm gonna nod my head, and now you say like, "What the fuck this cult is even called?" And I can go from there. So
All
what
right.
do we got? What was it? What is this thing called?
Well, I mean, you already told us who we're worshiping, right? Who was that? It's the cult of that.
Humudu. The cult of
Humudu. It's the
Humudu.
cult of Humudu.
Humudu. Humudu. That's how you pronounce it. Okay.
Yeah, Humudu. And through him we shall channel the souls of the believers into Mushroomhead, and he will once again rise.
But what does Humudu do for me? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He gets your dick hard. He makes coffee hot in
Really?
the morning. He's the
He
reason
does.
the toilet goes at the end right after it flushes. There's a lot of things you can attribute to Humudu. It's very important. He's a very important entity.
All right. Well, I guess for people to be able to interact with Humudu, we got to give people classes, right, to get them in the right spiritual mind, so they know what they're going to get when they sign up for this cult of Humudu.
Well, no,
So
what they're doing is they're they're pledging their soul to Mushroom Head is what they're doing. It's part of the ritual.
yeah, but we gotta give them like some, it's like a not a scheme, because it's definitely not a scheme, but where you
It's
have like
definitely not a
classes,
scam.
but
Not at
like
all.
where you have a bunch of classes that people could sign up for who are your followers, and they have to pay for these like YouTube videos and stuff like
Yes, and
that.
then there's tiers. There's like a tier 2 after you sign up and pay money. You get a second tier so that you can be in the dark followers portion of the cult or something like that. But it's not like that. Not this cult. Nope. We just want one soul, preferably two souls. That's what we want.
Yeah, but we gotta. I don't think you understand the business opportunity if you're not making them sign up for classes and
Well, I
like.
mean, we could make them sub, but then I just don't. I don't think. I don't think we need to make them sign up for classes.
I I mean, I don't
I
think you
mean,
understand. We
I mean, look, the goal. I
off
mean,
of the
there's
content.
so much more than
What
material wealth. There's wealth of the
are you
spirit.
talking?
I'm talking about
I know that,
motherfucking
but we're gonna,
souls.
yeah,
I
but
don't
we're
give a
gonna
shit
sell
about
them.
money. I want
We're
some
gonna sell
motherfucking
them
souls.
the worth, the
I
wealth
mean,
of
I
the
want
spirit, which is what
followers.
you just said. So that's what we're gonna do. You got to sell them the wealth of the spirit. I
Look,
mean, how
I'm
else? I
selling
mean, what are
them
you, the Dalai Lama?
fucking.
Is that what
I'm
you are? You're
selling
not gonna
them
make any money off of this?
pussy every fucking night that they're alive.
I think it's illegal.
No, I mean that's what they will get because Humudu will make it so. He will make it so in a way that the authorities will never understand. These are the promises of Humudu.
One of the interesting things, powers that I could see you already have is like that little uh thin material in your hat as you rotate back and forth. It actually breaks apart into like dust as your head rotates, which is a pretty awesome feature of that hat.
Yeah, it's dope.
I'm seeing that little fabric material just sort of like disintegrate before my eyes as you rotate your head.
Yep, it's pretty dope. It's demonic. And it is something that you could also order if you join our cult. Anyway, we will have opportunities for our initiates to perform their part in tonight's ritual. But we better start the fucking show off with some news that fucking. Oh, that fucking you could probably use.
I need a release, as you can tell,
Speaking of release,
of poop.
the Tsingtao Beer Company in China, the sixth largest brewer in the world of beer. So, if you drink beer, this one matters to you. It certainly fucking
Nasty,
matters to me.
nasty has mentioned that this is a spooky stream.
Fuck yes, it is. I best see you joining the cult. We need fresh members. Anyway, this motherfucking beer right here is subject to investigation by Chinese authorities at this time because an employee was seen in a viral video.
Did an employee play joke?
Yes,
He did,
employee
didn't he?
did play joke. Yes. Go on. What kind of joke do you think it was?
He put pee pee in their beer.
He pissed all over inside the fucking malt.
So
And
he
we're.
played joke.
Oh, yes.
That racist song comes true.
Now I know where you were going with that. Well, we have the esteemed privilege today to fucking watch this man piss into this fucking beer. Think of the waste of beer that this is. This is a fucking
And
travesty.
yeah, but if he had drunk a lot of
Do
beer
not
before he put
ask
into
if
it,
there is audio because there is not audio, so you could talk right over it. Is that do you understand?
there's no audio for the video. Got it.
Good. All right, here he is. This is a vat of malts right here. You're seeing this man stand in. Let's watch him. All right, he's getting up there. He's in the malt, so he's stepping in it now. His dirty clothes getting all over the malts. He whips it out. He's got that fucker out. He's jiggling it around. There it goes. We're streaming the stream right here.
So, was this part of like a April Fool's prank?
Hey, he got you, April Fools.
Like it'd be hidden on the label somewhere if you peeled it off your beer bottle. On the other side it says, "Haha, there's pee in this beer.
Well,
April Fools."
this is actually something that they were doing to try to compete with natural light. They wanted to make their flavor more American, so this is what they did.
And did it work?
Yes.
I guess Flying Marlin made a similar pitch. So no wonder my students had it. That was the first
What do you think
booze
of that?
that Flying Marlin bought. I think that it's something that a human being did, and apparently he probably lost his job. But did these beers from this batch actually make it to the store?
According to the Chinese government, no. They've sealed off this container, and these beers did not make it to the store. So the
That
pissed
guy's a
on
terrorist.
malts did not get used.
He's a terrorist. He should be brought down by what's
I'm
his
sure
name,
he's in
Bauer.
some gulag right now. I'm almost certain of it.
He's in the same cell with the guy from
The
Tiananmen
stock for
Square.
this beer went down 6% after this man pissed in it. You would think tasting like natural light it would go up in price, but
And
Chinese
the
people like
opposite
their beer
opposite would
warm.
happen if you pee on this stream. The opposite would happen. You would go up like 8% in viewers, I think.
Probably, and I would go down by Twitch rules violations.
Are you not allowed to virtually, simulate pee actions and stuff like that? Like that's not allowed, like animations of it.
There are certain cases where like if you stream Postal 2, for example, you are allowed to pee on the people in that game.
But like
So
if you wanted to make an animation of like a yellow stream shooting from your crotch area behind your desk and it arches over and hits me in the
I
head.
think that would qualify as not body fluid. It's an animation. So if it's actual body fluid, I think you get banned. I think that's how it
So I'm
is
saying, but I'm
worded.
saying like, so you hit a sound effect, it's a tinkle sound, and you go, oh yeah, and it shoots over in like a
Well, they
half
can't
circle
validate
over and
whether
hits.
it's real or not. Then you could say it was a squirt gun or whatever. But
But it's yellow.
with yellow food coloring dye in it, it's not
But
hard.
but it's coming
I've
from
done
behind your
that.
desk.
I've done that. We did that when we peed on Satan in Homeless and Denton in the last episode. Because that's what we
Tell
did.
me
We
about it.
we well we peed on him.
With what? Your penises?
We whipped it out and peed on him. Yes. And then we tried to burn some hot dogs in hellfire because we thought it would be tasty, and it was.
Was that something you did at the rap party, or you did it during filming?
That's what we did after we died. We went to hell. And then we rose again in Japan after we were summoned into the bodies of two rappers. That's the
Why
story.
why are you rappers when you come back?
Because those are the bodies that our souls inherited. Were the bodies
So
of SAM and Papa Cap, the two rappers that killed us. It was our revenge. Schroeder did it. Schroeder is our
so
pet dolphin.
they killed you and then they ran to Japan and then you possessed
That
their
no, they
bodies in
went on
Japan?
tour to Japan. They were on tour all over the world because they were world famous
Okay,
rappers.
you happen to catch them. Okay, right in Japan. Got it.
They were just on their world tour and they were in Japan when Schroeder performed the ritual.
Is it Mega Shredder or just regular Shredder?
Mega Shredder or regular Shredder?
Yeah, Mega Shredder is the guy at the end of the Turtles movie who pushes the support beams from under the pier and it collapses on him.
Yeah.
It's Super Shredder, Mega Shredder, or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think it was Super Shredder. But
Sorry, Super Shredder.
okay. But how does Super Shredder have to do with homeless in Japan or
Because you were
PS
talking about Shredder. You said Shredder was doing this.
Shredder? Schroeder. Schroeder is the
Yep.
bum's pet dolphin. It's a
Oh,
dolphin.
okay.
It's not a fucking
Is that like
bad guy.
Schrodinger's cat or something?
No,
That's his
Schroeder
dolphin.
is not Schrodinger. It's Schroeder. It's just Schroeder, like the guy in Peanuts that plays the piano. It's the name
Boom
of the
ba da
dolphin.
boo doo boo boo ba
Yeah,
doo
that
boo
guy.
boo
Yep,
boo ba
that's the
da
one.
ba da doo boo boo.
You figured it out.
Brr, 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 brr. When are you gonna write a piano song like that and share it with the cult?
Like that, that
Do
would
we,
be sweet. I would
do
love
we
to
get to
fucking
play
have
that
one like that
song
under my belt.
during the cult meetings? Can we play piano or
It- I mean, sure. I
can
mean, we
that
have
be
one purpose,
can
but you
that
can play piano.
can that Charlie Brown song? And I don't know the name of it, but can that be like at the start of every meeting in the cult? Ba 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 bum da 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 ba 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 bum da 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 boom boom boom. Do you think we could start every meeting with that song?
We could.
You don't sound excited to start every meeting with that song.
I'd rather not, no. I mean, that's not the point. This cult has a very specific.
It, guy in the chat has emoted Donald Trump eating a hot dog or something,
Damn, that's a good emote.
which is maybe he knows we've had Donald Trump on the show all the time, but I don't. Does he when you get Donald Trump to call in? Does he tell you ahead of time that he's calling in?
Uh, Sometimes it depends. I mean, sometimes he just calls. He's a weirdo like that. That's just how he is.
He's got more Donald Trump emotes. He's got the
Damn.
mugshot one.
I think they want him on, but I don't know if he's gonna be on tonight. So
I don't
let's
think
go on to our.
we've been really heavy on Donald Trump. I mean, I think we can't just saturate our content with Donald Trump stuff.
So have you ever been uh on a tour or something and gone across a glass bridge or a bridge that was kind of sketch or anything like that?
Uh, Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I've been on some sketchy fucking tourist places. I've been on some sketchy bridges in my life. Looking back, I realized I probably shouldn't have fucking gone across those motherfuckers that I went across. They were pretty old. They were rope bridges. This is a glass bridge. So this is going across a gorge in Thailand.
Oh, is this season 2 of Squid Games?
It is very, very much like Squid Games in the fact that someone fell through the fucking bridge. This happened
Because
this week.
that's one of the games in Squid Games, right? That you don't know which
Yeah,
tiles
exactly. You
are.
don't know which tile is gonna fucking fall down. Well, this person got fucking impaled by a tree. So,
Really?
yeah, they're fucking dead. Three other people also fell off when the fucking panel failed. They went down. Fucking sad, actually. But, um, I've
So
been
they
on
didn't
shit
get the
like
money.
this. And, they're rickety, and people just assume that if the government allows a structure to remain standing and there are tourists around it, that it's totally safe. But that is not the fucking case. Fucking telling you. And people assume that amusement rides are safe as well, and some of them are, and some of them really fucking aren't. So it's best to look at the motherfucking thing you're gonna fucking step on if it's supporting you from fucking getting killed. Essentially. That's the fucking moral of this story right
The
here.
moral of the story is just to run across with every step being on the center support where the wood is. Just run across in the middle.
Anyway, our next fucking brilliant moment in time for Halloween.
Maruzian, how's it going? Maruzian has called you Nama Sensei, and he has an exclamation mark, which means he's excited that it's you, Nama Sensei.
That's fucking fantastic. I'm glad to fucking see you, Mara-san. I'm about to play some spooky music for everybody because I feel like,
Do I get to hear it?
yeah, well, I don't know if you can hear the stream
Oh
or not.
shit!
You should probably get the stream up so that you can hear this fucking music because
It better be thumping.
it's thumping. It's a Halloween track done by none other than Beaver Machine. And I feel like this is definitely a good time to play this track on this Halloween day. Here we go. This is Werewolf Pussy.
I'm about to tell you a story. You may not believe it. This story's true. On one dark, lonely night, I heard the howl,
I don't
and the
believe it.
werewolf was upon me. But I didn't die that night. No, I bent that werewolf right over and did her from behind, right in the cornhole. Best I ever had. So get yourself some too. Some fucking werewolf pussy.
And when you see a werewolf, there's no need to run, cause it just might be a female one. Don't be scared if she sticks her hairy ass into the air. Forget her claws, run up right behind and drop your drawers. Werewolf pussy, go on and get you some. There's nothing like some werewolf pussy, cause it just might make you come. Werewolf pussy, go on and get you some. When you hear the howl, shove your dick inside that werewolf's bowels. If she starts to growl, it's only cause she wants your winner now. Her periods are linked to the cycle of the moon, so don't be afraid if there's some blood inside that poon. Werewolf pussy, go on and get you some. There's nothing like some werewolf pussy, cause it just might make you come. Werewolf pussy, go on and get you some.
When the moon is full and time is right, the she-wolves come into the night. With razor fangs and dripping twat, it's not your blood she really wants. So do her like the dog she is, and maybe you'll have werewolf kids. Hear the cry, don't be afraid. The werewolf howl means you'll get laid.
There it is. Werewolf Pussy.
Who is singing that?
That's Sam Respis. And I
Oh,
was
that's
I
nice.
was the dude, obviously. I mean, I don't know if that's obvious, but I was the Vincent
narrator.
Price. The Vincent Price knockoff.
When the roams of hell.
So the chat's asking when you're gonna bring out that country album.
I can actually sort of sing in a country accent, believe it or not.
Let's hear it. I shouldn't have said that. There was a ban
well,
on you singing here at one time.
All right, let's see. I'm on a road shaped like a figure eight. Wait, I have to hear it. I have to turn off your thing. I have to hear my own thing. Never mind.
Yeah, just
'Cause I was
skip it.
listening to your
Skip
song.
it. That's a fucking bridge we don't need to fucking fall down and impale ourselves on a motherfucking plant from. That's what I'm fucking saying. Anyway, that got me really fucking pumped in the Halloween spirit, you know. There's nothing like some fucking weird snatch to get me fucking ready for the next topic, which
But you know what?
is
So, but since I reneged on the country thing, I can sing like Bob Dylan though. You've heard that.
yes, I have. Yes. It's not too hard because he really doesn't sing. But he kind of
So
sings. There's a little bit of sing. It's like there's some tone, but it's more like talk singing. It's like
right,
he
yeah.
he was
So
like rapping before rap was a thing.
so I could do the small. He does do a rap actually. So if you allow me to, I could do Home Tree and so Homesick Blues, the first verse. Just waiting for an affirmation, but I haven't
I'd
heard
rather
anything.
not. I know
There you go.
if it
There
was
has to
your
be
own, I'd like to
there
hear
has to
your
be
original.
at least my original what?
I'd like to hear Country Bite or like something you wrote originally. But I don't want to
I
hear
can
your
put it.
Bob Dylan. I've
Why
already
would I?
heard it.
Why would I have a song original right now to sing?
I don't know. You might. You never know. You might just come prepared.
Oh, just in case he
Just in
asks.
case someone asks,
Right.
for an
And
original
then
tune.
at least three people
You
have
can't
to
sing some
request it.
Toby Keith? You're not gonna.
So what? How many people in the chat would have to request Bob Dylan to hear it? How many?
Five. No, four.
Five.
4. 50% of the viewers. 4.
Four unique viewers have to type Bob Dylan
Yep.
bite or something.
Yep.
Bob Dylan
That
bite.
then
Write
I
that
will
down.
allow it and you will hear it.
Bob Dylan bite.
The
That's
other
what you
4
have to
people will
type.
curse you, and
Otherwise, you
we
won't
really do
hear it.
hope you join our cult because
But probably won't happen. I mean, the cult will.
yeah, the
So
cult.
where's this implant?
Okay, so right here, what we're looking at is Neuralink. Neuralink is the company that Elon Musk is founding for the ultimate reason to further human intelligence and capability, but under the disguised reason to help quadriplegic patients regain control of their limbs. And he's said so much himself, so that's why I'm saying it like that. Right now, the only way that he can get approval for his research is by doing this on people who are paralyzed. But what he wants to do is he wants to increase the mind's ability to do calculations with this device. And obviously, he's got some animals walking and things again, and they can't even think uh,
Here,
and be
I gotta
trained the
get a
way that
drink. Here
people
a minute.
can. So it's an interesting fucking thing that it is, and I just wonder that if this service was available to do what Musk wants it to do, which is to increase the brain's memory capacity and capability of doing complex calculations and having memory that is not yours, essentially available to you. Like, you remember fucking drinking cold ice water after you were outside for a long time after you're a kid and what that tastes like. You can think about that. There's probably a specific memory in your fucking head right now that you fucking thought of listening to this, where that happened to you. That is stored in your brain somewhere. Well, he's thinking he can store other shit, stuff that you haven't experienced that you could draw off of in the same way through his chip. And the thing is, I mean, it all sounds like science fiction, except that it works. So it's really not science fiction. It's real. It works. It can send and receive information. It's very good at it. And it has caused some people to gain market improvements in some animals as well in their motor function and their cerebral function, which is ridiculous. The animals, see, they can do a lot more to the animals than they can to the people. So they're making the animals smarter, like ridiculously smarter. Now I don't know how much, I don't know if any of them have been like, why the fuck am I in this fucking cage with this fucking thing on my brain that you gave me, and start fucking talking to them and shit because they got that smart. It didn't happen
Can they
like
play?
that.
Can they play Angry Birds with this device?
I think they could, yeah. That'd be pretty easy.
Nice.
Yeah, that's only two
Pretty good.
inputs. So yeah, they could definitely do that. You could have video game control like that would be one of the first things that this would be able to do is do video game output or input, I guess. It'd be input. Yeah, video game input. It totally. And
I
all
noticed not one person asked for Bite Dylan,
yep, that's exactly
which
why
is.
I did not
But you're too afraid to say three. I think I said three, or I think I said three, didn't I?
I should have said one, but I wasn't confident because I thought there was some fucking fanboy out there that wanted to hear that shit.
Well,
Either a Bob
I
Dylan,
never said one,
like any
but
Bob
I mean,
Dylan fan would not want that. Maybe someone who hates Bob Dylan, or
they
also,
don't even know who Bob Dylan is.
it's probably true. But I mean, some of these guys do. I'm for sure of that. But
That's, you know what really like what for me it's kind of frustrating because a lot of the impressions that I could do are like famous actors from like 40 years ago,
Doc,
which is like
how does
useless.
Elon come off dickish to you? I think that's interesting. He doesn't come off dickish to me. He just is very matter of fact about stuff. But I'd like
Well,
to hear your example because I probably haven't encountered
well,
this thing.
extremely rich people are a little out of touch with normal living and
He
stuff
doesn't
like that.
spend his money like other than by fluctuating business. Like he's not a normal rich person. He sleeps on the floor and works harder than all of his employees, and he like has a tiny house because it's a waste to do more.
He says his sense of humor peaked in 2006.
Yeah, his
Why would
sense of
that be?
humor is just an extra you get. You get that little extra with all the other shit he does. But I don't see how that's dickish. His sense of humor is uh, it's just he's just trolly. I guess that's kind of dicky in a way, but really I just consider that to be the only thing he does that isn't work is troll people on the internet. You got to have something, right? I mean, we sit here and do this fucking show. It's basically the same thing. I'm calling you motherfuckers bitches all the time. It's pretty much the same thing. Maybe I'm dickish too. That's probably what it is. It's probably
You see,
the same.
you're very forgiving
That's
because
why
you're
I'm
also
unforgiving
dickish.
because I'm the fucking same. You all can lick my fucking sack. And he's probably thinking the same thing, but he just doesn't go out and say it. Instead, he fucking like brings a kitchen sink into a company and fires a bunch of people. But I mean, he was right. That's the other thing, I guess.
He was right about what
That's
being
the
a dick.
hard pill. No, about if Twitter not needing 80% of its staff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like Elon Musk. I've heard him speak on a number of occasions. I've never met him personally, and it's
I heard one of the most interesting things I heard. It was unexpected. I listened to some history podcasts, and there's one Dan Harmon's Hardcore History, and he had Elon Musk on, and all he did was talk about airplanes in World War II for like an hour.
cool. I'd like to hear that.
I, it's pretty interesting. I'm like, and he goes into a lot of detail about like how the Mustang like operated this way, and the what is the Japanese plane?
The Zero.
The Zero, yes. I was thinking the one. I'm like, it's not the one. What is it?
This is the second time we've had this conversation. This is deja vu number 2 for this episode. We literally
We
had
had
the same motherfucking conversation. I swear to God, you still thought it was the one last time. I told you it was the Zero.
related to this exact same thing, or just a
No,
different
related to something
conversation.
different where you still were referencing the Zero as the one.
I watched The Matrix too many times, don't you see?
Yes, you've been incepted back into deja vu number 3. We only need a few more before
But
we
anyway,
can.
he went into like why the extra power of the Mustang helped so much in dogfighting, and like how it really turned the tide, and it's actually pretty interesting. Dan Harmon's Hardcore History, Elon Musk. You could type it in. You could listen to him talk about airplanes for an hour, just so you know, because I did. which to me clued me in a little bit that like he's kind of a nerd when it, I mean, but it makes sense because he's in
He's
a rocket
very much a
industry.
nerd. That's what he is.
But
He's
a lot of people will say like, "Oh, he doesn't have a lot of technical knowledge." I'm like, for a CEO, he has a
mm,
lot of technical knowledge. I don't know what you
he
guys
has
are
a
talking
shit ton
about.
of technical knowledge. He's one of the best engineers in our entire Earth. He's truly a master engineer. You don't need to be educated to be a master at something. Education is kind of like what is education, honestly? Let's fucking get into that. Do you really think that if a child who is 18, who's not really a child at all, comes to you with some extreme skills, okay? They're saying, "Hey, bite binge. I'm 18.
Me? Hey, how's it
Yep,
going?
I'm
Who
18
are
years
you?
old,
Oh my
and
god! Don't tell me how old you are right when I met you. That's weird.
I'm not trying to fuck you because you look like a
Don't you?
beast.
You walk up to me and say you're 18. Why? Is it because what?
It's because I need some advice about what to do with
All
my
right. Well,
life.
I don't know who you are.
I
I'm trying
have
to go to the donut
I have
shop.
a lot of saleable
I'm
skills
trying
that I
to.
can
I know,
execute
but
right
I'm
now.
walking. I'm trying to get to the donut shop.
Yeah, well,
But
I'm
go on.
following you. I need your advice. So,
All right, hurry up.
I speak multiple languages, including programming languages, and I
You
have
can't
all of.
speak a programming language, you asshole.
You can, actually,
Okay, speak C++ to me.
include system.dll.
So you need an Alexa plugin for your terminal so for this to work or your console.
Well, what you really need, no, I mean, you can do you can
Uh,
speak computer language, but it's not really speaking it. You speak out the line that you're reading. That's
yeah,
not the point.
but do you
Just
speak in delimiters? Do you speak in delimiters? Is that what you do?
yes, that's what periods
Or do you
are.
speak in Unicode?
Periods are delimitators. That's what they do. They delimitate sentences. We all use them. You don't
So
hear
your
them, but they're
silent,
there.
your lack of talking denotes a delimiter.
Yes, that denotes a delimiter. That's a space or a return, a carriage
I don't
return
even. This
at that point.
conversation has gotten to a really weird area that we're in right
Well,
now.
I'm just trying to say, going back to the original question, this
All
18-year-old
right,
old kid with a ton of skills, ready,
where is it?
could
Okay.
absolutely operate in a business environment and and succeed because they have the skills to do that. Should they go to college? Is it worth the thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars that it costs, sometimes hundreds of thousands, to go to college if they already are skilled enough to make money right away? Is it worth it anymore for those people?
For the majority of people, it depends what you're going to
No,
school
I'm
for, of
not saying a
course.
majority of people. I'm talking about people who are skilled enough to make money if they already had a degree and they could walk into a workplace and get the
If
job done.
wait, if they already had a degree,
Yeah, I'm saying
phrase it
in
like
today's society, right now, right? You got the if and you don't. So I'm saying that this person, if they had a degree, would be able to walk into the building and get hired and then actually do the job correctly. Now they don't have a degree, so that's the if. I'm just saying that in that case, this individual, this uh, young adult, has the ability to do it. Should they go to school or not? That's the
well,
question.
what
Should
is the it? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. It's too vague. What is
what do you
the
mean?
it that they're doing?
Let's just say that they're computer programming. They're joining
Okay.
a software developer, a big team-oriented
What
software
are they
development
developing though? That's important.
software.
Yeah, but if it's integrated into the banking system, they're gonna need a degree. If it's integrated into fucking,
Why do they need a degree to integrate into the banking system?
because they have to understand the Swift banking system. They have to
What if they
understand
already
how.
do? The thing is, no matter what, they're already going to succeed in this position because they already have the skills. I'm telling you That's the situation. Now, if you stick them in
Well,
this,
you're answering your own question, so I don't know what to
no,
tell
I'm
you.
not, because I don't know what the right answer is.
Well, you're saying they could do it without a degree, so should they do it without the degree? So yeah, the answer is they should do it without the degree. So what kind of a question is that?
Well, there. Okay, no, that you're just taking the very matter of fact approach
I'm,
of
I'm
the answer.
paraphrasing what you're saying, but that's what it sounds like you're saying.
That's very matter of fact, though. There's still the fact that society in general looks for a degree, and then also the fact that college costs a shit ton of money, and that you get to like not do a lot of
If
work
you're
during that time.
if you're building a bridge and you're designing the bridge and it collapses and people die and they find out the person who designed it does not have a professional engineering license, then that company is going to suffer a lot of
Well, so
litigation
you're
lawsuits.
saying basically that if there is a legal liability involving the required training of an individual, that then that person should get the degree. But if there isn't a legal liability, they should go for it.
I'd say yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That's pretty sound advice. I was expecting a little bit more shitty advice going to that 18-year-old, honestly, from you. So that's interesting to hear. Anyway, would you take this fucking Neuralink chip right now if they were like, we're gonna give you 50 times your
Will it
memory?
zap me every time I think about buying more retro games? So I buy less retro games.
You can
Have you?
configure it.
This reminds me. I kind of want to bring up this subject. I heard about this medication that exists
Okay.
that generally diminishes your like there's psychologically when you kind of like
Your impulse
it's kind of
center?
like your impulse center, your addiction, your whatever, and it's like it actually targets the entire thing in terms of like your impulse control, your ability, your addiction to this or that. Like not just cigarettes specifically, but just like everything.
Everything. Sex.
Like everything that's like
Everything you
impulsive. Yeah.
want. You just don't want anything anymore. That sounds like a fun life. Sign me up. Oh, yay. I don't want anything anymore. What the
But there's a
fuck
new
am I
drug
here for if I don't want something? I want a drink. Guess what? Here it is. Why do you think I go to work? So I can
but
fucking
like,
drink beer.
even like the basic things of like checking your phone over and over because like, oh, I gotta save this. Like it's like diminished. You know what? I don't need to do that. Like it's
Well, then what do you
I
need to
heard
do?
about
You gotta
this.
want to do something.
Well, yeah, but it's like addictive tendencies all across the board.
So anything you
Like,
want, essentially. You just don't desire things. You still do things. You just
well,
don't
you're
desire
dumbing
them
it down a little
anymore.
bit, but it's like
I'm not dumbing it down. That's what
impulsively.
addiction is.
Well, yeah, doing something impulsively over and over. By the way, Doc Shades is asking you what did Elon Musk engineer?
He engineered the Tesla, um, not the Tesla, I'm sorry. He engineered the SpaceX, I think it was the Falcon 9. No, it's not the Falcon 9. He helped with that. It was Starship. Starship is the one that
The
he
big
engineered.
motherfucker.
Yeah, and he engineered a couple
Big
other
mother.
ones too. He actually, though, the first one, I think it was the Falcon Heavy. Actually, it was something like, I don't remember. It was one of the very first rockets of SpaceX. He engineered that, and he didn't even go to school at all for that shit. And he was literally the head engineer because he had a choice of either buying a head engineer or like doing it himself, and he could not get a quality head engineer, so he did it himself. And he's done a lot of other things himself too. He designed PayPal. That was one of his first things. That's software engineering, but it's still engineering. And he's a fucking he's one if you like people look up to Thomas Edison and shit, he's the engineer of our fucking time. Period. No one's gonna deny it. History will fucking let that
They will
shit
deny
echo.
it.
I mean, I guarantee you could blend him up and turn him into DNA soup and flush him down the toilet, and then still 1,000 years from now, people would still fucking make kids learn who he was or download that into their heads so that they know that.
They have to at least watch his appearance on Saturday Night Live in class.
Oh, that would be fun. I don't think I've ever seen his appearance on Saturday Night Live. Do you want to watch that?
You haven't?
You
Watch
want
him
to?
as Wario. Watch Elon Musk as Wario.
Okay. We're
Wario
gonna.
from Super Mario Brothers. You need to see this. You definitely need to see Elon Musk as Wario, because if you haven't seen that, I mean, come on, watch watch this fucking shit.
All right, we're gonna watch it.
I'm a Wario. Elon Musk does Wario.
All
I
right.
mean, I bet you didn't know he did this.
This is one of those
You,
things where we get to watch some stuff as
yeah,
well
let's
as this
watch.
is on the fly shit. It's what I love about the desktop
Let's
on
watch Elon
TV.
Musk as Wario. Let's do it.
All right, setting her up right now.
Are you doing the whole skit?
I don't know. They carried him. He was just sitting there being Wario.
Well, he did his terrible Italian accent.
It was good enough. I mean, he barely was a part of that.
Well, what do you want? He's not an actor.
Well, uh, I mean,
Do you
no, I
really
didn't. I
expect
didn't
him?
say I wanted anything. I mean, I said he did fine. But
But he
the
was
other,
Wario, was he not?
he was indeed Wario. Yes, I could see that.
Do you,
That's
do you think that he goes out like this Halloween? He will be Wario.
no.
You don't think
I,
he'll do that?
I don't even know if he normally celebrates Halloween. I couldn't tell you that. But if he did, he probably would go with something else. He seems more
Like
creative
what?
than to use the same costume over and over again.
What do you mean over and over again?
I mean, when was this recorded? This looks
I don't
old. They're
know.
talking about Mario Como. That shit's old as hell. He's not even relevant
It
now.
wasn't that long ago. It was like a year ago at most.
2 years ago, according to this. That's when this was
Okay.
posted. That means it was even earlier than that.
Okay, so 2 years, whatever.
So
So
the point
that's only
the point is he wouldn't
one
go to
Halloween
Halloween as Wario
opportunity.
for 2 years in a row. That's
Well,
my
why?
point.
Maybe he didn't do it last year, so now he could do it this year.
He did do it the year before. You can see that. That's clearly evidenced in this fucking skit here. So that year was the year of
Was that
Wario.
Halloween? What are you talking about?
It might as
What
well be Halloween. He was in a costume. He already wore it last year.
are you talking? What?
You just go on Saturday Night Live and be like, yeah, I don't need a Halloween costume this year. I'm just gonna use my Saturday Night Live shit. That's how it goes. And then
Yeah,
the next
exactly.
year, you do the same thing because that's how this is. 2 years. So that's how you think he rolls. I mean, he does have a tiny home. He might just keep using only that costume, or he might not give a fuck about Halloween. We don't even know.
So I mean, yeah, it was 2 years ago, but that still is only uh two opportunities to dress up as Wario after he did the skit. So this is his third opportunity.
There are opportunities to dress up as Wario every second of every waking hour. Even now, this very moment is an opportunity for you to go out and get a Wario costume and dress up as the motherfucker. It's called
Well, I don't
free
know.
will, bitch.
It's almost midnight, so I don't think the spirit store is going to be open.
Ooh, it is almost midnight, isn't it? The midnight hour is approaching.
Is that significant to the cult?
It is. It's very significant. So, before we do anything related to the cult, I'm going to need you.
Me?
Oh, yes, you.
Hey, you.
Now you. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, you
Someone's
didn't check
sharp.
your
Your sharper
scenes.
image. Yeah, yeah. You had us do so many changes at the last second
Well,
that you didn't
you didn't
realize
change that shit.
you changed that. That was you.
You changed it.
That was
You
you,
changed.
bitch. That was you. And speaking of changing shit, it's the wrong goddamn uh, thing on here too. So
There's a cloud pissing into some laptops. Is that what's happening?
that was a cloud pissing into some laptops. Yes. All right. I'm gonna leave this segment of the show to you right here, and I am going to fucking uh, relieve myself. I will be back.
So you're gonna show our hand with the bite bit graphic. So this is supposed to be a prepared material, which I have none of. So I'm gonna have to pull some shit out of my ass. So I'll just talk about like something really funny, like this main guy who killed a bunch of people, and then he apparently killed himself, but after he escaped. Usually, if you're gonna do the murder suicide thing, usually you do it on the scene of the murder. You don't escape and then be like, "Hey, you know what? I should have killed myself back at the murder scene. I guess I'll go ahead and do it here in the woods or whatever." Maybe he just wanted to kill himself in the privacy of his own, you know, without a lot of people noticing, not a lot of attention. Just wanted all the attention of the murdering, but none of the attention of the suicide, which is to me a pretty interesting thing. Because I think it's kind of bombastic, right? You're like going out there, you're murdering people, and then it's like, you know what? Now I want to like, I'm gonna hang back a little bit. People are gonna wonder where I am, but I'm just gonna like go over to some woods or whatever he did, and like rent a room or a trailer. I don't know what he did, and then kill myself, and then hopefully they won't even notice me, my dead body, dead from killing myself. You know what I'm saying? Usually you do it all at once. You do the murdering and suicide. They call it a murder suicide. They don't call it a murder. Wait for it, suicide, right? It's like murder suicide. It's like hyphenated almost. Like it's like bam bam, right there, one after the other. Murder suicide, not murder. Hang loose for a little bit, then suicide. Just saying. He really ruined his flow. I'm gonna say that main mass murderer guy ruined his flow by suiciding much later after his murders. Although I don't even know like the thing, like the timeline, like how much time passed. I'm being very serious because I don't even really know because I didn't really read into it very much. Like, is the time of death like he was out and about for several days, or just a day or two, or how long was he dead when they found him? I don't even know. You're back. I did my even though the graphic is incorrect from what I requested, I asked him to do a graphic for the Byte news bit is what I asked him specifically via text. I said, "Hey, let's do a segment eventually where I have my own prepared material for the story," which I did not do this week, but we'll call it the Byte news bit. I don't hear you. I hear nothing from you.
Sorry about that. Yes, he ordered graphics from me. Yes, he didn't make his own.
But you didn't even do it right. I said the Byte news bit. That's what I typed. If you look at that text exchange, I said the Byte news bit.
You don't like
But
this.
you just, well, it's not what I asked
Would
for.
you ever think to make your own?
I'm just saying. I said, "Hey, can we do a graphic for the Byte news bit?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, well yeah." And it's like the Byte bit. Well, that's not what I
The
asked for.
Byte news
I'm just saying.
bit doesn't fit in there with the amount of
Oh,
space that it
he
has.
couldn't do the Byte news bit because it didn't fit. Bit, if the news bit doesn't fit, you must have quit.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the fucking logo. So, guess we're gonna have to scrap it.
Well, it's
Too
like,
bad.
oh, no, you like this pizza you ordered, sir? Well, it's not what I ordered. It's
We're
the, oh, but you don't like it? We made it just for you, but it's not what I ordered. Oh, sir, we're insulted. You don't like the pizza that we gave you? No, because it's not what I ordered. Well, but why are you so focused on the fact that it's not what you ordered? We
Yeah, I
still
just think it's
gave you
funny
a
about
pizza.
like yeah, but the thing is, yeah, you ordered something and didn't pay for it.
Oh, you want payment for that
No, I
graphic? Is that what you
don't.
want?
I don't want
Oh,
payment.
hold on. Let me PayPal you. What is your Zelle information? Let me
I'm not
pay
giving you
you
Zelle
for this
information.
for this
Speaking of
bite
Zelle,
bit
speaking of
graphic
Zelle,
that you
have you ever
created
tried
because obviously you want monetary compensation for it.
have you ever tried to
Now you can
fucking
tell I'm finally starting to get a little drunk because before I was passive.
are
Now I'm
you are
angry
you
and
even
inebriated.
you're pissed. You're pissed because life is fucking shat all over you, Bite Binge. That
It
graphic
has.
was horse shit. It was horse shit
That
that I did
graphic.
that for you for no money.
That is the worst thing to ever happen to me in my life. Was that graphic? The worst thing. I'm going to be talking to therapists about that
I know,
graphic
I know. I
for the next
guarantee it.
2 years.
Yep, those therapists are real. They'll take your money too. They'll take it right out.
They'll listen. They'll listen for a price.
They sure will.
He'll listen for a price. Hey, speaking of listening for a price, what about your cult? Are you going to listen to your?
We're about to do that, but I have to tell a story about Zell now that you brought it up.
Okay, but
So
I got to get a drink though. Hold
I
on.
just
I got to.
recently listed. Go get a drink. I'll fucking talk about this because this is my deal. So I'll just do this. All right. So I just recently listed an item on fucking Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is a place you can sell old shit on. I'm selling the Beaver Machine drum set, the one that's 20 years old, and uh, gonna get a new one. And so that bitch is up for sale. It's $700, and one of you motherfuckers could buy it too. If you contact me on Discord, I might even give you a discount on that shit. But it's a Pearl Export Series 4-piece. That means 4 toms. Drum set with cymbals and throne and sound dampeners for the floor. It's a fantastic drum set, but I don't need live drum set in my house anymore. It's too loud. So I want to fucking get an electric kit, and that's a gig kit. That's for fucking playing shows. I don't play shows no more. As soon as I get rid of it, I'm gonna get offers to play shows. So I consider that to be part of the toll, the sacrifice, if you will, to be paid for this thing. So I put this thing on the fake Facebook Marketplace today, and the second I did it, I get these fucking offers just rolling in at asking costs. I was like, God damn, these motherfuckers really want a fucking drum set. I didn't think I was going to get a response right away. I mean, not everybody's looking for a musical instrument. And it was all these motherfuckers um, that had ChatGPT connected into Facebook Marketplace. And they programmed ChatGPT to fucking try to get you to send a email address. That was the goal of the program, is to get you to send an email address. And they're trying to do this so that they can Zelle you the money. They say, "Oh I'm at a funeral, but my brother can pick it up," or "Oh, I'm in this place, but this other person's gonna pick it up. I want to pay you now," without seeing the fucking product. So that's a red fucking flag right there. Red flag right there. But what they'll do, well, they didn't get anywhere near this far with me. I was just shocked how many there were. Um, what they'll do is they will send you this fake Zelle email, and you take the email and you click it, and it says you got this payment, and then it says also that you need to upgrade to a business premium account or something like that, and that the seller is doing that for you, and then the seller um, sends you 200 too much, and then you end up having to sell, or you end up having to sell the seller back 200. So this all happens in a span of usually 4 minutes or so on email. And if you fucking aren't aware of what's going on, you wind up paying these assholes money. It's actually worse and easier to fuck up than the gift card scams that are obviously scams. But this is a scam as well. But it's so shitty now that I fucking list my shit on that fucking marketplace, and it's a goddamn fucking robot festival in that bitch. All I have are fucking robots that want to buy my drum set. So anyway, that shit, it's out there. If anybody wants it, again, if it's one of you guys, I'll fucking discount that shit or pay for the shipping, depending on what it is. Like if you guys are in Europe or whatever, and it's fucking gonna cost a fucking arm and a leg to ship the motherfucker, I'll just do that, and that'll be the discount. If you're in America, I'll fucking discount it at $1 or $200. But we'll fucking, if you want it, if you want that fucking drum set, that's fucking yours. But anyway, that shit's up for sale to anybody who fucking wants it. So if that motherfucker gets bought tomorrow, then that shit ain't gonna be there. but those fucking Zelle scams are fucked. I'm telling you. God damn, he still ain't here. Well, it's time to start the cult initiation regardless. We want him here. Oh, he's coming, he's coming. Alright. Alright, we need a couple members to sacrifice, to follow the cult of Hanubu.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome back to our cult.
Oh. I got a message from Himudu for you.
Oh, really? What is it? What is the Grand Master? Wow.
He mentioned this to me.
Welcome to your doom.
And he recorded that. He put that in my. He called me on the phone, but I didn't answer.
He put it on the voicemail. Straight to voicemail. Yeah, that's what happens.
I was like, oh shit! I missed the phone call from Lord Himudu. But what he recorded my voicemail, and it was this.
Welcome to your doom.
That's what he put on there. So I don't know, like, are we supposed to be excited about our doom? Is that maybe it's a message that we need to really ponder?
We are supposed to be excited.
Oh, there's a number on this.
There is.
So when they call this number, do they get a message that says,
Welcome to your doom?
I'm afraid not. When they call this number, they get initiated into the cult.
Alright, I'll listen to the phone call on what? Stream? On Twitch, I assume? Which is fine.
Yeah,
Just do it that
well,
way.
I'll try to get you in there anyway.
You want me to? I don't even have it open. Do you want me to?
Call the line. Yeah, open it up. Yep, if I can get you on the call, I'll do it. If you want to join this cult.
Well, give it an experiment. If it fails, then I'll just leave and listen to him.
No one might want to join the cult. This is...
Oh, really? That's a possibility.
It could be that we don't have an ample sacrifice, and that the Halloween special will not come to its appropriate conclusion. That's all right. Now,
should we just stare blankly at the screen if no one calls?
We can.
Say why? We could also just.
You could continue to recite the cult doctrines.
Cult doctrines.
Didn't you write them down in Sharpie?
Well, we had a thing about parallel parking into heaven because you have to scoot sideways.
I thought it wasn't heaven that we were going into.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it?
The body of Mushroom Head.
So you gotta parallel park into a feline.
Into the body of Mushroom Head. It's small. It's not an easy fucking body to re-enter.
But I guess so. The next part of the doctrine is about it's about hygiene. Like there has to be an appropriate amount of shit in your asshole for you to reach the actual afterlife. It can't be too clean, but it's gotta be the right amount of dirty. So it's gotta be like a little bit of shit, but not.
There's gotta be like crystals in there too.
It's gotta be like sometimes there's fissures in the anus where it could tuck. It could hide in there.
You mean like and dry up?
Yeah, the shit it'll dry up in the fissures in your anus, right?
Yeah, I've seen.
My understanding, based off of what I'm reading here from Himudu, from Lord Himudu, is that there's gotta be a little bit of fucking shit in the.
He said, "Welcome to your doom." It was clear as day.
I mean, I heard him say it too. But he also mentions about shit being in the fissures of your anus, and then it's gotta be the right amount to make it into the afterlife with Himudu, where he holds you in his hand and strokes your head, and then he says,
Welcome to your doom.
That's what he does.
I've definitely miscalculated here.
Oh,
my ritual is not going to be successful tonight.
It doesn't matter. We can have this number on the screen. I'm giving good content.
That's true. That's true. We can just leave it there. Someone will call eventually.
I mean, I guess I gave a new doctrine tenet, which is Himadu wants fucking shit in the fissures of Uranus. I think that's pretty good. That's good content.
It is.
You know,
That's what cats have on their anus. It's part of the ritual. It's important. You're decreasing the number of premium cult members that we could have.
oh, because they might not have.
Because
enough
they might
people
not
met
have
in
that
the-
crust, and that takes weeks to develop.
And you have to like make sure you don't take a shower for like 2 weeks.
2.
Cult members.
Yeah.
Potential initiates or whatever.
So there's a 2-week
Or if
period
you do-
before they can
if-
even
if
call.
you-
That doesn't
Well,
work.
you could take a shower.
They
just
only
make sure-
someone that hasn't showered in the last 12 days like is now.
Well, you
we're
could
narrowing
shower
it down from the 6 people left that we
But
have.
just make sure you don't let the shower head hit you from the back of the head down because it's gonna drip. It's gonna fall down.
We're legitimately
into the
scaring these people. Is what's happening. They're like, we're not joining this fucking cult.
I think it's that
We're
weird
not going to
fabric
try to
material
raise a
in your hat.
motherfucking cat from the dead. They're not into it.
I
They
think
don't
it's the
think
fabric material in your hat.
they do
that's
not
scaring
think
people off.
that Halloween. They're scared. That's what it is. They're fucking scared. They're fucking scared. I can hear the cries of Mushroom Head. And whatever mutt that was.
Do you think, in heaven, dogs are chasing cats, and then like cats are chasing cats are chasing like rats and mice?
No,
Is that how heaven works?
no, I think that when you're dead, that the energy that makes you do everything that you do, it's energy that we don't measure. I think that energy is able to interact with dimensions that we don't interact with outside of time, like mathematically and physically, like dimension 5 and 6 and things of this nature, like where we have alternate sets of
What
motions
is
that could
dimension
occur.
5?
Dimension 5 is the difference between when an entity has free will, or what you know as a
I thought
soul.
time is the 4th dimension, right?
Correct, time is the 4th dimension.
So what's the 5th?
The 5th dimension it's a place where alternate possibilities of the universe's final well, all of it. It's not every point in time. There's a possibility that the next point in time would be one thing or another thing, is what it is. And it ultimately comes down to 5-dimensional beings, which our souls are 5-dimensional beings. So as a 5-dimensional being, you're stuck here right now in 4 dimensions. That's all you can see. And when you are relieved of this constraint, you are currently in your body as a 5-dimensional being in a 4-dimensional body. Your 3-dimensional body, 4-dimensional world that you can perceive. You can't perceive the 5th dimension, or not well anyway, as much as you could perceive it only from one angle, kind of. That's how that works. But your soul is not. It's not measurable energy, but it's there. It's absolutely energy, and it's the only thing that causes the 5th dimension to exist. Not just your soul, but actually every soul out there, because all objects in motion are predetermined to have their kinetic energy transferred and moved around
Is
in
that
the
what
world.
Newton said?
Yes.
Every
It
soul in
act-
motion stays in motion?
No, they tend to stay in motion unless an opposing force interacts with it. There's lots of laws of motion, but all of them apply here. And the thing is, if there was not
Support the
the
farts,
5th
that was for
dimension.
you.
If there wasn't the 5th dimension, which is the soul of life, that's the 5th dimensional being. But if there was no 5th dimension, no possibility that time could go and deviate in any one way or another, if you could not make a decision, the 5th dimension is not possible. We are 5th dimensional beings stuck in 3-dimensional bodies. That's what's going on. So, mathematically anyway. And I don't think that Neil deGrasse Tyson or any other physicist would argue against the math
Is
in
he
my logic.
is he Neil from Grass?
DeGrasse?
Is that his name?
D-E-D-E-G.
Yeah, but his name is Neil from Grass, like Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Sure, whatever you want to call it. I don't. Are you
So
the guy
is-
that doesn't know? No, it's Kyle. Kyle doesn't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is. She's never heard of him. I thought that was really interesting. But anyway, he's just a physicist.
We got a badass over here.
Anyway,
So, yeah, that's
I
a
think
meme.
I
That's
think
his
that
most famous
people
meme, right?
who study physics enough to know the math behind dimensionality would actually say that I am not off base and that I could be correct. Not that I am, but I could be. Anyway, that's how I think about that shit. But I don't see any motherfuckers.
I don't know how you sit here and count dimensions as if you know what the fuck dimensions are, and like the body and soul is a dimension. The way everything's existing the same corporal plane. How the fuck can you say the soul is a different fucking
Actually, no. That's the thing about quantum mechanics and about going outside of time. It's not on a plane.
relativity.
Like, I could
Just
choose to
relativity.
get up right now and take a dump. That would change the outcome of time compared to me not making that decision. That's happening constantly over collective entity of fucking energy that causes things that are in motion to change direction. Okay? That's what's going on. That's what life is. There would be no there'd be one forecast as to what was going to happen if life wasn't out there in the universe. There's no chance of this or that. Things are going to happen the way they are unless something intervenes.
But how is life a dimension? It seems like you're saying life itself is its own.
Your soul is a dimension. Life is not. Life is actually stuck in the third dimension and the fourth dimension on one plane. That's where life is stuck. And your soul is beyond that. Your soul is what dreams at night and shit. That shit. That's what soul shit is. Fifth dimensional shit is where...
Aren't dreams just the part of your brain that can't shut down when it's trying to rest?
That's...
Because the brain doesn't go to zero. It's
No,
not
it
like a
does not go to
computer.
zero.
It's not like a computer.
You don't go to zero. You can.
But I'm saying
you
your
can go to
computer,
zero, but
you
that's
can turn
not what
off
sleep
your
does.
computer.
Yep.
You can turn off your computer. But your brain doesn't have a
Your brain's like those
ability.
TVs that leave the red light on when they're turned off. They keep some
called
shit
a-
running.
that's
The circuits
that's
are running.
standby light.
The electricity
That's the-
is there.
It's called a standby light.
Yeah, it's a standby light. It's like that. Sleep is just where most of it shuts off, and then your subconscious sorts your memories out, I think. I don't really know. Sleep is very interesting. It's almost paranormal. So, I like sleep. Sleep is fucking awesome. I don't get enough.
Someone sneezed in your room just then.
Yep, it's Kaio. She's over there. Listen to me talking about fucking sleep.
So I told you about how my grandmother was studied by paranormal experts.
I did not. Please tell me about your paranormal situation here. No one wants to join our cult, Bite Binge.
So
No one wants to join our cult. They're scared.
I don't even, you know what? Because the concept of your cult sucks. To be honest, we're raising your dead cat, which is fine. That's a good goal and whatnot. But it's not like, I think the problem you have with your premise for the cult is that most cults are about how you empower the people who join and how you're going to give them something, not about.
All right,
how
we
you're
gotta
gonna
reboot.
Raise a cat.
What we gotta do is we gotta reboot the cult, and we have to go your way, and we're gonna set it up so that people can pay us money and get ranks and shit.
I mean, I want money. Like, although we need to edit this part out. Can you do that swirly
Edit
thing?
it out. This is
Do the
Twitch. We're
swirly
live,
thing.
bitch.
No, but do the swirly thing where they say they can't remember.
I don't
everything
have
they said
that
about how
made
I
yet.
just
We
want
need to
money.
make that next time. We're behind
Okay.
the ball here.
Well, we can retroactively.
I don't want my dead
hypnosis-
cat. What the fuck? I don't understand.
But you say L. Ron Hubbard would have become a fucking cult leader if he was like, "Hey guys, I want my cat to be alive. You should join my cult." It's more like I've got sci-fi. I know how.
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
know. I
do
put the bar
stories.
low for the people joining. They don't give a shit. But tell me about your paranormal grandmother.
Oh, well, my grandmother had some ghost events, and she actually was on Unsolved Mysteries.
Ooh.
She was on national television. And
Can
guess
we
what?
can we get the clip?
Well, then it would say exactly who I am, though. It seems kind of weird.
What, they cite you? Are you a grandchild? Do you come up on there?
I'm on her wall. Yeah. So she mentioned to the producers one of the things she wanted in the episode is that the camera crew, she has a wall of her like children.
Her children. She wanted that wall shown.
She's like, you have to show that in the show. Like, she was very adamant about it, and I'm on there, and so are my siblings.
I don't understand how that would out you. Like, can you get us this? It's Halloween. I'd love to do it right now, but
you could. But it would be my grandmother on your fucking Halloween special. It'd be kind of weird for
does
me.
she share your last name, or was she outed by some dude?
Her last name is shared, but it's her. So
if it's shared, it's shared.
Hold on.
Unless she fucked her cousin.
My grandfather died very early, so she remarried. So it's her remarried last name,
which is shared with yours.
No.
Oh, so it wouldn't out you. So we can show the clip. Can we find it? Do you remember what episode it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Do you want me to tell you? You're gonna show this?
Yeah, let's fucking show this. This is fucking interesting.
I mean, it's a little weird, but okay. How would you be okay with this if it's your grandmother?
It depends. Is she cracked out, or is she okay?
No, she's fine. But I mean,
she she was very proud of this.
But it is actually available for you to stream. But the thing is, you don't have an Amazon Prime. You have Amazon Prime, right?
I do have Amazon Prime.
Then you can stream it, and it's legal because this Twitch platform...
Link me, and I will actually get it to the point. We'll forward to the point where you want to show.
Well, hold on. Yeah, I mean, I'm being very serious. Like, my grandmother is on Unsolved Mysteries.
I believe you. Just can't believe. Ever. No one wanted to join my cult.
Fuck is this? I find all sorts of weird shit. I search for this. Let me just go to Prime.
BYTE Binge's grandmother on Unsolved Mysteries Paranormal Activity. This is gonna be better than Werewolf.
And my step grandfather is on it. I have to figure out how to find it though, which I'm trying to do.
Drink them if you got them, gentlemen and ladies alike. Drink that shit up. BYTE's looking this up. I might as well put the phone number back up. It's a sad thing. I just need one follower, and then I'll be able to do the ritual. Curses my fucking bit. There it is. It's right here. Fuck that up.
Finding images. Okay, I'm gonna have to look
to
for
answer
it.
Descartes Method's question, since you are probably still there, The fucking implant thing was Neuralink from Elon Musk. It's a implant that's currently being tested in humans to try to reestablish control of limbs of paralyzed people. But on animals, he's also using it to try to increase their memory capacity and their ability to do math and other things.
Okay, I found it. So, it's
Send me
free with ads.
the link.
It's free with ads on Freebie. I'm gonna find the video mark for you first. Because
Okay.
you're gonna have to find it, because it's not always the first segment, you know.
Right.
So let me find where it is. Because there's a segment before it.
I love how all I have in
it's
my
for the
Skype
end.
right
Found it,
now
I found it.
is you're
I
stupid
found
and
it.
a bitch.
Oh, so you're gonna have to watch commercials to get to it.
That's fine.
Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse for me. But yeah, it's here. Like, you're gonna watch my grandmother, my step. This is. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's fucking kind of crazy.
It's Halloween. People want to see paranormal shit.
Okay, so here you go. Let me go to Discord.
You don't have to
I
study
found
the paranormal. The paranormal
You
just
have-
happens around you.
You have. Where's?
Is it in
I'm gonna
Discord?
send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you in Discord. Yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure to get through the ads before I put it up here. I'm gonna take the number back off the screen since no one's calling
So-
the motherfucker.
37.
I hope the number's not
44.
broken and people are trying, but they would bitch, I think, in the chat. I think no one's calling.
So you have to go to 3744 or so.
Right, I still don't have your... Oh, there it is. Hold on. 37.
Hold on. 3731. 3731 actually. The Discord chat.
This program is about unsolved mysteries.
I
Whenever
don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, here we
And
go.
it won't be the same
By the
again
way, I
until
have
Michaela
some
comes home.
stories about the exact house. This, first off, this is fucking old as shit.
I'm gonna let you tell the story here before I play this.
Oh, so my own personal experiences as a kid.
Wait a second. This might not allow me to play it. It blacks it out. It has some sort of thing on it that won't let me screen capture it.
Well, it's Amazon though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it won't let me screen capture it.
I
I've
know,
had
but
this
you're gonna
problem
have to
before.
Google. You're gonna have to Google how do I screen capture Amazon in my Twitch feed. You're gonna have
No,
to
that's
fucking
not
Google.
gonna happen. Like that, I'm telling you though, right now, I've had trouble. You can't do this on Steam Link. You can't do anything with Amazon Video and streaming. They have a protection against it.
So I'd have to find it on YouTube probably.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's season 1, episode 14. That's season 1. That's iconic.
Yeah, season 1, episode what?
19.
19? Jeez. I think it's here. I'll try. Hold on. Let me make sure it's here.
14. It's 14, not 19.
Why'd you say 19?
I was wrong.
Yeah, but why were you wrong?
I don't know.
You just fucking suck at reading?
Was the very center of a racketeering enterprise.
It's shitty quality, but here we go.
Or
I
at
found
least once a day or every other day or so. She'd get a friend.
I don't see it. It doesn't.
it.
Look the
I
same.
found it. I found it.
All right, give me another link. Give me the timestamp too.
I'm giving it to you. I will give it to you. Hold on. Timestamp is 37:57. I sent it to you. Episode 14, like you said.
Maybe that was just the one. I
Said
was
yes, and she jumped up and down and said, "Oh, goody, goody." They went to the market, and that's the last time we've seen her.
Although Michaela's house was only 4 blocks from the market, her parents insisted she be accompanied by a friend.
She usually made
Yeah,
a
let
trip
this
to the
in.
store at least once a day or every other day or so.
almost
She'd get a
over?
friend and go up there on their
Did you get to
scooters.
37,
We never
47?
let her go to the store by herself.
Yeah, we're here. I'm
She always
watching.
had to be with somebody.
Doesn't look right. That's what I'm saying.
This isn't it?
Well, you're
When
in the
they
middle
came
of
out
an
of the
episode.
store, Michaela's scooter was gone.
Where are you
You're
wanting
not
me
in
to go?
37, 37, 47. I told you.
3747. Okay, it's changed. Alright, so this is the place. Here we go. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
there you
turn
go,
off.
there you go,
I'm
there
gonna
you go.
turn
That's
off
good.
the environmental effects here.
All right, you're here. Here's my grandmother on fucking Unsolved Mysteries. I don't know why we're doing this, but we're doing it.
In our next story, we will meet a retired couple, Jim and Kay Tatum, who are sober, reliable people. Jim was a career Army officer, Kay an accountant. But in their new home, they've experienced unexplained sounds and objects that move for no apparent reason. Experts call this poltergeist activity. Now, some believe that such activity is not caused by ghosts, but rather by psychokinesis, a hidden psychic power in the mind of an individual which unconsciously moves objects through space. Now, could it be that Jim and Kay Tatum caused their own hauntings? This is a quiet suburb near Atlanta, Georgia, where Jim and Kay Tatum built a new home. There they plan to retire.
They built it?
But 5 months after they moved in, the Tatums began to experience unusual events that forced them to put their house up for sale.
Did they build that home?
For this
It
reason, they
wasn't
requested we not
previously
show
owned?
it. But they did allow us to film inside.
I don't know anything. I don't built it. I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
said they built the house.
One night in January
Okay.
of 1986, Kay Tatum woke from a restless sleep. Not wanting to disturb her husband, she left their bedroom. She sensed a strange presence.
Is that actually her?
Jim,
Yes.
I'm in here. Jim, I'm in here.
Kay had seen a glimpse of a man walking past the open doorway.
That is my grandmother.
Jim.
At first, I thought it was my husband. And I went into the bedroom, and there my husband was in the bed. So I thought we had a burglar.
Jim searched the house.
It was definitely a man, and he was swinging his arm slightly, and his head was slightly bent, and he walked briskly past me. There was nothing that you could see through.
There's no evidence of any entry. There's no evidence of anyone having been in the house. And I
This
thought
is
perhaps
Unsolved
Kay had been
Mysteries.
using an overactive
Spike's
imagination.
grandmother.
And my step grandfather.
As the night passed into dawn, Kay Tatum lay awake and wondered.
I had fear, and I was perplexed about what happened. And while I was tossing and turning, I suddenly remembered that I didn't hear any sound as he passed me. And I still am unable to figure out why it happened.
After Kay's first experience, 2 months passed by without incident. Then one night, Jim was repairing a ladder that led up to their attic. His work was interrupted when Kay called him for dinner.
I specifically unplugged the drill because it's a very old drill. I thought it might be dangerous to leave
So
it
he forgot
plugged.
to unplug it.
As the evening wore on, he wanted to watch a movie, and I decided to go upstairs and read.
1 hour later, Kay heard the sound of the drill outside her room. She thought that Jim was teasing her about having seen a ghost, and she tried to ignore the noise. Eventually, she went into the hallway. It was empty, and the drill was unplugged.
Now that part of being unplugged is...
I was really frightened, and I reached down and felt out and it was ice cold. It had not been turned on.
I was very confused. I knew very well that something was happening because Kay is very level-headed, and she was truly frightened.
These incidents continued. One night, Kay heard the sound of coins falling in a bowl, but she was alone in the room. Another time, while cooking, Kay felt 2 sharp tugs on her blouse.
After that incident, I decided we have a problem in this house. There's something going on It's not something that we can understand or explain, but there's something definitely going on.
I've been in this house, by the way.
Most of
Did you feel
things
anything?
have been happening.
These
I'll
occurrences
talk
seem
about
to
it later
center around
after
Kay. Parapsychologist William Roll visited the house to try to interpret these events.
You know, the question comes up, why is this family having these experiences?
William Roll, you could
Is
Google
there a
this
sort
guy.
of ghost that has come back to haunt them for some unknown reason, or what's taking place? A lot of people have these experiences. It's part of who we are as humans to have so-called psychic experiences.
But the pot was up here on the wall.
I see. Okay.
Roll believes that memories can actually be transferred to physical objects, and these residual memories may be triggered by ordinary people.
The nature of his presence seems to be a teasing type of thing, as though it's teasing us.
In February, Jim finally had his first experience. It started with this small bell located in the guest room. Jim had a habit of waking hours before his wife. When Kay woke, she would ring the bell if she needed him upstairs.
I'd grown used to climbing the
ever hear
stairs
them
after
use
hearing
this
the
bell?
bell. And so I did
have
so,
this
and
bell.
it wasn't Kay. She was asleep.
It's in
You
the
have
family.
the bell. You have
So
the
I
bell.
went in and looked
I
at the
don't
bell,
have
and
it,
it was
but
there.
Someone in my
And
immediate
I
family
thought,
does.
obviously, I heard something else other than the
I
bell.
wasn't interested in having
After the third time this happened, the couple decided to make
I'd
up a
want the bell.
code in order to outwit the entity.
Take
If it
it.
rings 3
Precious
times,
ectoplasm.
I'll come on up the stairs.
All right, we'll do that.
So the next time, it rang 3 times. I knew this was Kay because this was our signal. But Kay was sound asleep. And the bell was in the other bedroom where it stays. I went in and looked at it. I turned around and walked out the door, and the thing rang again.
Are you getting upset?
Then I began to
You can see
see
he's
how
upset
Kay
at
felt. I mean, I was frightened. The hair stood up on my neck. I told Kay then, I says, no more bell. I'm
is
not
not
going
an
to answer
actor.
that bell anymore. And that bell has not rung since.
I've never seen him like that before.
There are a number of haunting cases that are not very striking, not very strong, but
That he was
where the
getting upset
phenomena
about
nevertheless
talking about
are disturbing to the family. It might be a bell ringing, a fleeting glimpse of an apparition. The events are trivial, but they're deeply upsetting to the family because they don't fit into the picture that most of us have
There it is.
of the world. And that image
There I am.
but where the phenomena nevertheless are disturbing to the
We're
family.
gonna pause this
It might
right
be
here,
a bell ringing,
so we can see
a
who
fleeting
White is in
glimpse
this.
of
I
an,
am
of an
actually
apparition.
there.
The events are trivial, but they're deeply upsetting to the family because they don't fit into the picture that
I
most
am
of
in
us.
this
The
episode.
picture. They did
I
that
am
on
in this
purpose.
episode of
That
Unsolved
transition
Mysteries.
had a word transition in it. Which one are you?
On the upper left.
This guy?
Upper left. Yep,
So-
that's me. That dark photo is me. That's me as a little tiny child.
wow. That's nuts.
Have
So you
of
might
the
know
world.
my sisters, right?
And that image
Yep, I
of
know your sisters.
the physical world,
My oldest
particularly
one
our,
is the
of
upper
our
right,
home,
and
is
my
intricately
middle one is
related to
the one
who
to
we
the left of
picture
me.
ourselves as
That's crazy.
being.
The story
She
about the bell
insisted
gets
on
me
that shot,
emotional
my grandmother.
because this was a real turning point in my life. I knew then that there are things that are unexplained.
The Tatums feel that their home is no longer their own. They have decided to move, leaving the entity, if that indeed is what it is, to live in the house alone.
That was the stinger too. That was the end of the episode.
It was.
That's crazy.
See,
can't
I
believe
was
that.
on Unsolved Mysteries.
So tell
Look
me
at
about
there.
that house now. Did you experience any shit? Did you get to go in there?
So, yeah. No, I was in there. I spent the night. And there was some odd things that happened. I didn't know. Like, hold on, I gotta mute your stream. So my sister Marisa fucked with me all the time.
I can
So it
imagine.
meant nothing to me that something odd would happen to me in the middle of the night. It really meant nothing to me. So during the night when we spent the night there, uh, my covers were like ripped off the bed a few times, which I think was in the now that I've researched that it's a common thing that they talk about potentially that happens with paranormal activity when you're sleeping. But I mean, I even was like, "What the?" It happened multiple times, and I was like, "What the fuck? What do you?" Do? And then Marisa was like, I mean, my sister was asleep. I'm like, "Are you pulling the fucking covers off my bed?" And she's like, "I'm not doing it." Yeah, whatever. I don't fucking believe you. You're just trying to scare me because she's the person that older sister. She tried to
Yep.
scare me all the
Oh,
time. So
I know her. I can tell.
I
That
was
is
just like,
like her
whatever.
shit. That's what she
I meant
does.
it meant nothing to me. I was just like, whatever. It's just you because she
You've
was in
been
the room with me.
desensitized at that point to that shit because paranormal or not, you've already experienced it like so
I'm
many
like,
fucking
yeah,
times.
fucking whatever.
These
I mean, you're
ghosts
being a
don't
fucking
even, they
shit.
can't do it. They can't affect you. I get it.
I
Because
was like, you're
Marisha is
being a
something
fucking
else.
shit.
She
You're
is
just fucking
interesting.
with me. And she's like, I'm not doing it. I swear. I'm like, whatever. Like, you would say the exact same thing, and then so I fell asleep again after this happened multiple times,
To be
and
honest, I'll
then
bet it was hilarious though.
and
Which,
then the alarm and then the alarm went off for the house.
oh, okay.
And that's woke up me again for like the third or fourth time during the night after having the covers ripped off my bed and me waking up from that. I mean, this is just a thing that happened, and I still
How
think
old were
maybe it
you
was
when this all went down?
uh enough to know that my sister was full of shit with stuff like this. So
Six or
probably like
seven?
10.
10.
Well, this
Okay.
this episode was.
I
The
was
thing
just
is, they
looking at
talk
that
about.
picture of you, but it could have been an older picture of you.
Well, it's an old picture. Yeah, I'm only like 1.5 in that picture.
Yeah, I thought you were, yeah, pretty young in that one. So I figured you'd probably be like 6.
But I mean, my sister used to fuck with me all the time, so it meant nothing to me. But the only thing that was really weird that really did happen, I remember this very vividly, was uh, the alarm went off, the burglar alarm, which my parents never owned an alarm in their house. So it was very weird to me that an alarm would be going off. And my just it's kind of weird how you see my step grandfather there. He was my grandfather basically
Mm-hmm.
because my
Right, that
real
makes
grandfather
sense
was
because of
dead
the timing of
was
it.
by
Yeah.
the time I was like 3 or 2, my real grandfather was dead. So from that side of the family, so that was my grandfather. But that's why it works better for showing in the stream because at least it's not like my actual name.
Yes, it's perfect.
But
Meanwhile, your sister though. Anyway.
yeah, so she yeah, she just denied it, and we've talked about it sometimes since then. Like, did you really pull the covers off my bed? Was there something paranormal going on? Because wait, this episode basically of Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, right.
It's
I
like
mean, it's
because
that house.
to me it's like you're playing it up, right?
Was
Like
that
because
the only time you spent overnight with those 4 incidents occurring?
no, that was the most eventful night. There was tons of shit happened that one. I can't remember anything unusual. I think I spent the night some other times, but nothing like that night. There was just like multiple things where my covers are pulled off, the burglar alarm went off. I don't remember anything unusual other than that one night because I spent the night probably. I don't know.
It
I
could have
think
been Marisha
probably.
doing all of that though. It really
Yeah,
could have.
exactly,
She was
exactly.
something else. She could have been
But
doing it to your
but
grandparents too.
did she trigger the burglar alarm? Like I don't know.
She could have rung the bell. I don't know if she was there though. She probably wasn't there. But
So
I
she
wouldn't
has
put
the
it
bell.
past her.
So she has the bell, which is fine. Like
I
whatever, I don't
believe
care.
that that's who the bell belongs with from
Yeah.
this story. That's a very interesting story. It's very Halloweeny. I like it. That was cool.
So yeah, that was my grandfather. I mean, my grandmother and my grandfather on fucking Unsolved Mysteries.
So that is going to do it. The midnight hour passed without anyone calling. So Halloween, well, it actually hasn't even happened yet. Halloween is actually on Tuesday. So maybe that the fucking Haramic or whatever didn't like that either. I don't know.
You mean Himadu?
Himadu, yes, Himadu. So, Bite, do you have the ability to raid yourself tonight? Or do you want to try to play PUBG, which would require updates and things that may not have been done? Or what you want to do the rest of this day?
Hold on, what time is it?
It's 12:14.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I could turn it on and see what happens.
If you can stream us some spooky retro content, that would put a nightcap on this that I would very much prefer. I'll just keep drinking beer. We can fucking play.
So
some
let me
spooky
turn off my
games.
camera. I'm gonna turn off my camera.
He's gone.
I am gone.
That's how it is.
I'm gone.
I gotta fucking set this show off. Send it into the sunset.
So I'll start my stream. I did spend some time making sure my shit worked in case such an occasion came up, such as this. So I'm gonna say maybe Sega Saturn something. Because actually I already have a game running on Sega Saturn, so it's going to be very easy for me. All right. But even my own camera, I have the wrong camera on. Hold on. We should talk about.
I will need to send you camera too. Let me send this show out. That's it for the fucking program tonight. You motherfuckers didn't join our cult. You were clamoring to fucking join the cult at the beginning. You were like, I'm in. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking hear them take the motherfucking pledge and give their souls up. Nobody fucking did it. You're all a bunch of pussies. Seriously. Bitch.
Alright, I have started streaming, so you can
right,
raid
we're
me.
gonna fucking raid you right now.
That's
the
raid
cutoff
me, 'cause I
point for when I finally post this eventually. At least the end
right
went
now,
well.
You need to cut off your camera so that I can.
Yep, I'll get all that
bounce you
done.
in. Right now, your audio is in though, which is pretty good.
That's very good. Yeah, I put the phone number up on the screen. People could have fucking called in and joined my cult. I only needed 2 people to perform the ritual, and I could have done it. But it didn't happen. So, the ritual was not performed. The results were not revealed. Alright, here we go. I'm moving my Discord situation right now.
Oh,